Good morning, students. Today we are here to discuss a chapter from 10th standard. The chapter name is Reactivity Series and Electrochemistry. The third chapter in chemistry, that is the Reactivity Series and Electrochemistry. So, in day-to-day life, we are using different kind of batteries, right? In daily life, we are using different kinds of batteries to work electronic equipment like camera or mobile or any other materials which are working with the battery, right? So, here what happens? Which energy is used in the batteries or how is it? Yes, in batteries, electrical energy will convert into chemical energy and also vice versa. How it is possible? Or how a battery is made up of? This all studying in this chapter, and also with the galvanic cell, electrolytic cell, electroplating and also reactivity series. This you are studying in this chapter. What are the main points? Reactivity series and reaction of some metals with the air, water and also acids, and a displacement reaction, and galvanic cell and electrolytic cell. This all you are studying in these chapters. Okay. I told that in batteries, chemical energy was converted into electrical energy and also vice versa. That is, electrical energy will also convert into chemical energy. So, while charging a mobile, what happens? The electrical energy is converted into chemical energy and stored in the battery, right? And while we are using or the battery discharging occurs, right? At that time what happens? Chemical energy is converted into electrical energy, right? We all of have the mobiles, right? In the mobiles there is a battery. Always while we are checking the description of a mobile or a cell phone or a smartphone, you will see the battery name, right? That is a lithium battery, lithium poly battery, nickel cadmium, nickel metal hydride. What are these names? Nickel means what? Lithium means what? It is a metal, right? Nickel, lithium, cadmium, these all are the metals. So, you may have noticed different metals used in the cells, right? Some metals are engaged in the chemical reactions vigorously, right? For example, if you take sodium, it was react vigorously or fastly. But if you take a copper or gold, it was not reacting, right? We are wearing the gold ornaments. The color of the gold or there is no any physical change in the gold ornaments, right? If so many years we are using. But the iron nail, it was rusting, right? After some times or some days it was rusting. Rusting means what? There occurs a chemical reaction, right? So, how these reactions are occurring or what happens there? This all you are studying in this chapter. Or I told that some metals are reacting vigorously, but some metals are reacting slowly. Why this happens? What is the basic about this? Let us study it. That is the reactivity series. In the reactivity series, the metals are arranged in the decreasing order of their reactivity. Reactivity means what? How fast they react or how fast the chemical change occurs. This is called as reactivity. The series obtained by arranging some of the metals in the decreasing order of reactivity is known as reactivity series. Let us study it. Okay. These are the metals arranged in the reactivity series. Let us see it. The first one is the potassium. As you know, the symbol is K and the oxidation state is +1. So next metal is sodium, and next calcium, magnesium, aluminium, zinc, iron, nickel, tin, lead, hydrogen, copper, silver, gold. These are the metals arranged in a series. This series is called as reactivity series. So potassium have highly reactive, or it is high reactivity, but the gold will have low reactive. It is a decreasing order of reactivity here we can see. So that if you take sodium and copper, which is highly reactive, as sodium is highly reactive. Why? It was in the above of the reactivity series, right? If you take aluminium and nickel, where is aluminium? Aluminium is here, nickel is here. So which is the top one? Aluminium is the top one. So aluminium have highly reactive than nickel. So here I wrote the oxidation state of these elements. This will help while writing the reactions. Okay, the chemist is, there is always reactions for every chemical change, right? For every chemical change there are reactions. So in that reactions we have to know the oxidation state. Otherwise we cannot write the chemical equations. So here potassium oxidation state is +1. You study deeply in the 9th standard how the oxidation state comes, or what is the oxidation state, what is the charge of it, right? The sodium is +1, calcium +2, magnesium +2, aluminium +3, zinc +2, iron +2 or +3, that is Fe, nickel 0 +1 +2 +3, tin +2, lead +4, hydrogen +1, copper +2 or +1, and silver +1, gold +1. Okay, we have to remember this reactivity series. So how we can remember? We can remember by using a coding words or a coding sentence. Here I wrote a coding sentence. You have to by heart this series, because in the exam they will give the some metals and you have to write the order of that metals, how they react with the water or air, or what is the reactivity order. How you can write? If you know the reactivity series, you can write freely or you can write easily, right? So for that we have to study this reactivity series. I studied this reactivity series by using this sentence. What is the sentence? That please send cats, monkeys and zebras into Nepal in tin or lead hardest cages securely guarded. This is a sentence. Okay. So how we can find out the elements or the metals from this one? That is P. P stands for potassium. S in the send, S stands for sodium. And next cats, calcium. Next M, magnesium. A, aluminium. Z, zinc. I, iron. N, nickel. T, tin. L or the lead, here also lead. Hardest, H, that is the hydrogen. Cages, C, copper. Securely, S, silver. G, gold. But you have to remember this, that C is not for the carbon, it is for the copper. Likewise, you have to study the metal and also the coding sentence. If you have a difficulty to study this one, you can use the another one, that is the PSC Mass in TLH CHG. How we can find out? That is P means potassium, S means sodium, C means calcium, M means magnesium, A means aluminium, Z means zinc, I means iron, N means nickel, T means tin, L means lead, H means hydrogen, copper, silver, gold. This is the another code word to learn the reactivity series. That is PSC Maths in TLH CHG. Or please send cats, monkeys and zebra into Nepal in tin or lead hardest cages securely guarded. Okay, you can use both one or you can use your own sentence. But you have to study this reactivity series thoroughly. That means it should be by heart. Okay. First you have to do what? After seeing this part of video, you have to study this reactivity series well. And thereafter you can see the next part of video. Then you will have a ability to learn it or to understand it very much. Otherwise you can't understood why this or what is this. Okay, learn reactivity series first. So I told that metals are always reacting, right? So the metal reacts with the water, right? So while metal reacting with the water, we will get the two types of product. One is metal hydroxide, another one is metal oxide. One is the metal hydroxide, another one is the metal oxide. So what is the charge of the hydroxide? That is OH minus, right? It is the minus 1 is oxidation state of hydroxide. What is the oxidation state of CO3? 2 minus, that is carbonate. These are important which are coming with the metals, that is metal oxides, metal hydroxides. You have to write equation, right? For that you have to know the some ions and their oxidation state. That is, one is the hydroxide OH minus, another one is the carbonate CO3, its oxidation state is 2 minus, and another one sulfate 2 minus, SO4 2 minus, and also chloride and iodine. And the chloride, what is the oxidation state? Minus 1. In the iodine, minus 1. And in the oxide, O2 minus, that is the 2 minus is the oxidation state, and sulfide S2 minus, and nitride N3 minus, and NO3 minus, that is the nitrate, minus 1. What is the oxidation state of hydroxide? It is minus 1. What is the oxidation state of oxide? It is minus 2. And carbonate 2 minus. For the sulfate 2 minus. Chloride minus 1. Iodine minus 1. And also sulfide 2 minus. Nitrite 3 minus. And the nitrate minus 1. These are the some ions which are come together with the metals as a compound. Okay, you have to learn these ions and their oxidation state and also the reactivity series. Let us study the reaction of metals with water. Here metal reacts with water, we will get the metal hydroxide and hydrogen as a byproduct. So the which is metal, that will be the highly reactive. The highly reactive metal will give the metal hydroxide, but less reactive metal will give the metal oxide. You have to know this to write the equations. This is the general equations. We have to take some example. Let us take a metal, that is sodium. As you know, what is the oxidation state of sodium? It is +1. As you know, sodium react with the water. What will be the product? Here no, highly reactive metal while reacting with the water. What is the product? Metal hydroxide. There you can see what is the position of the sodium. It is in the second one, right, or in the topmost. So it is highly reactive. So the sodium will be highly reactive. Hence it will react in the cold water itself. It will react in the cold water and it will give the sodium hydroxide and H2. How this formula was came? Here you can see H2 is there. From these hydrogen gas will be liberated. That is the byproduct will be H2 always. So the H2 I wrote here. What is the remaining from the H2O? Why H2 is removed? That is the O. And also the sodium hydroxide is the our product, that is metal hydroxide, right? So that it will be sodium hydroxide. So hydroxide means which is the ion, that is OH minus, right? So here sodium. So as you know, oxidation state of sodium is +1. So sodium +1, OH -1. While writing the interchanging the valency, what you will get? Only NaOH, because both are 1. There is no other oxidation state. If it is 2 is there, then this 2 will become here while interchanging, right? But here while interchanging it will come as 1. No need of writing the 1 while writing the compound. Okay. So we studied that sodium reacts with the cold water and it forms sodium hydroxide and the hydrogen gas. So let us take the other examples. First we can take the magnesium. Magnesium reacting with the water. But while the water is cold, the magnesium will react very slowly. Magnesium with the cold water, it will be react very slowly. But magnesium with the hot water, the reaction will be very faster. Magnesium will also react with the cold water, but the reaction will be very slowly. But magnesium with the hot water, the reaction will be more fastly, or it will be fastly. So the magnesium hydroxide plus H2. Why this 2 came? Because magnesium have the +2 oxidation state. Oxide have the -1. Hydroxide will have -1 oxidation state. Magnesium have +2 oxidation state. While interchanging, the oxidation state of Mg is 2, that will become here 1, so no need writing the 1 here. So MgOH2 and the byproduct hydrogen. And the next reaction is iron reacting with the water in the steam. Iron reacting with the water in the steam and it will give the iron oxide with the liberation of hydrogen gas Fe2O3, iron oxide. So the metal oxide. Why this metal oxide is formed? Metal with less reactivity while reacting with the water gives the metal oxide and H2 gas, hydrogen gas. In the reactivity series you can see the where is the place of iron as here, right? So iron is in the middle, so it was less reactive while comparing to the potassium, sodium, calcium. So but this reaction occurs only in the steam state of water, that means very hot water. But copper cannot react with the cold, hot or steam because its reactivity is very less. The copper in the reactivity series is in the downside, right? See here, copper is here, right? So that it will less reactive. So copper does not react with the water. So what is the inference or what is the order of the reaction with the water? As you know, sodium reacted in the cold water, so it is highly reactive. But while some energy is supplying, magnesium is reacting almost fastly in the hot water, right? So it is more reactive than iron. Iron is reacted only in the steam, right? It is reactive than copper. So this is the reactivity order of these examples. That is, the sodium is highly reactive than magnesium. Magnesium is highly reactive than iron. Iron is reactive than copper. Okay. So that this copper is not reacting with the water. Okay. Why in the exam they will give the metals, so you have to think which has the high reactive, then you have to write the order. They can give other examples also, other metals also. Why you have to, what you have to do, the metals, that is potassium, sodium, these are the topmost metals in the reactivity series. So what happens, they are highly reactive, so the order it is highly reactive, and then you have to write the order wise, the less reactive, and the no reaction, that is the copper, silver, gold will not react with the water. If the silver and gold will react with the water, what happens? We cannot wear the ornaments, right? We are using the gold ornaments, silver ornaments. If you are reacting with the water, so then we cannot use as a ornament, right? So they are not reacting. Below the copper, the metals are not reacting with the water in any condition, that is a hot or cold or steam. So by studying reactivity with water, what we are studied, the highly reactive metals will react with the cold water itself and forms the metal hydroxide. But the less reactive metal reacts with the water and reacts with the hot water or the steam water and forms the metal oxides. And some metals are not reacting with the water. For example, copper, silver and also gold. These are not reacting with the cold, hot or steam water. This we are studied in the reactions of metal with the water. The next our topic is reaction of metal with air. If you see the metals just cutted or just sliced, then you can see a shining surface in that side of the metal, right? If you cut the metal, then that side will be shining. So this shining was called as metal luster. The shining part of metals is called as metal luster. If you cut a metal and keep some time or keep 5 minutes or some time, what happens? That luster will be fading. If you take ornaments or the silver, always silver, if you take a silver chain, then use some months or some more days, what happens? After some days, the shining surface of silver was fading. Why like this? What happens? The metals reacting with the oxygens. The shinings in the shining surfaces, metals will be there. This metal react with the oxygen present in the air, and what happens? Metal oxides are formed. So while forming the metal oxide, what happens? That is a shining or the metal luster will be lost. So the shining will be fades. So let us see the some examples. Take some reacts with the oxygen and it forms the Na2O. So this Na2O is not stable. It can't stay for some time. So what happens? This compound again reacts with the water or moisture present in the atmosphere. Then what happens? Well, we studied that metals reacting with the water forms the metal hydroxide and hydrogen gas. It also metal oxide is formed and also hydrogen gas is formed. As this sodium hydroxide is also not stable in the atmosphere. So what happens? It also reacts with the carbon dioxide, CO2, carbon dioxide. Then what happens? It will forms the Na2CO3, sodium carbonate, Na2CO3, and hydrogen gas is liberated. So this is the one of the example that sodium is highly reactive, so these compounds are not stable, hence it was forming the sodium carbonate at last. Okay. Anyway, let us take another example, that is the magnesium. While reacting with the oxygen, what happens? Magnesium oxide is formed. As you know, metal reacting with the oxygen, it will form the metal oxide. Here also metal oxide is formed. And take another example, that is the copper. Copper also react with the oxygen and forms the copper oxide. So these reactions occurs in the fraction of seconds. The sodium react with the oxygen and the product is formed and react with the H2O or the moisture present in the atmosphere and also then react with the carbon dioxide and it was formed the carbonates in the atmosphere. So what happens? The luster will be lost. The sodium will have a shining surface, right? That surface was lost. What happens when magnesium oxide is formed? There also that shining surface or the luster will be lost. If you take copper, as you know, some copper glass or the copper plates we are using in home, right? So this copper plates will get the some verdigris in the sometimes, right? A green layer will be formed in the surface of the copper, that was called as verdigris. And why this was formed? Because while copper reacting with the oxygen, it will form the copper oxide, but the reaction is very slow. This reaction is very slow. Magnesium reacts with the oxygen and forms the magnesium oxide. This occurs in the few days, but this will occur in the few years, but this will occur in the few seconds. As you know, as you now compare the reactivity of metals, as you know, sodium will be in the topest and then magnesium below the calcium, okay, and then copper, it will less reactive, so it takes a few years, but it takes the few days, but it takes the sodium takes the few seconds. The reaction will be very fast, okay. So what is the order of the reaction now? Sodium reacts very fastly than magnesium. Magnesium reacts fastly than copper, but the Au, that is the gold, will not react with the oxygen. Okay, gold will not react with the oxygen. So this is about the reaction of metals with air. What happens? Some metals are reacting with the air and forms the product. Okay. Our next topic is reaction with acid. Reaction with the acids. Here you can see a figure, right? What you can see in the figure? Yeah, some metals are reacting with the dilute hydrochloric acid. The metal name was written below the test tubes, right? So in some test tubes you can see the more bubbles, but in some test tube is 1, 2, 3 bubbles are there. In some test tube the bubbles are not there. In the copper test tube the bubbles are not there, right? So what happens? in the copper test tube, the reaction was not occurring, hence the bubbles are not there. This bubbles means what? The hydrogen gas is liberated. While metal reacting with the acid, it will form the salt and also the hydrogen gas. Metal reacts with the acid, which liberates the hydrogen gas and gives a salt. So here some metals are displacing or the releasing hydrogen, but some metal will not give the hydrogen gas. If you see above this hydrogen, here is a hydrogen is there, no? Above this hydrogen, the metal will be displace or they release hydrogen gas while reacting with the acid, but the metals below the hydrogen will not release the hydrogen gas while reacting with the acids. Okay, so let us take some example. Magnesium reacts with the hydrochloric acid, gives magnesium chloride salt and also the hydrogen gas. So how this MgCl2 was formed? Magnesium and Cl from here, HCl. Two HCl molecules are there, so it will give the 2Cl minus ions. So MgCl2. Mg has the oxidation state +2 and Cl have the -1. So interchange with that we will get the MgCl2. Right. So if you consider another, that is a zinc, it will also give the zinc chloride. And if you take these metals and this reaction of these metals with the acid will be like this. The magnesium will be more reactive, and then zinc, then iron, lead, copper. Copper will be not displace the hydrogen from the acid, right? Because it is less reactive. So this is the order of reaction of metals with the acids. Next topic is displacement reactions. Let us consider a beaker. It has the zinc rod and copper sulfate solutions. Consider a beaker which has the copper sulfate solution and zinc rod. So zinc rod is kept in the copper sulfate solutions. As you know, copper sulfate solution will have a blue color, right? So this color was came, why? Because it is D block elements, so it will give the color to the solutions, right? So after some time this color fades and here some deposition occurs in the zinc rod. So let us study what happens there, what is the reaction occurring there. In the zinc rod, the zinc will be in the metal form, that is Zn. In the copper sulfate solution, this will be CuSO4. So these are reacting. So while reacting, what happens? Here you can see the what is the oxidation state of zinc here? It is 0 because it is in the metal form. What is the oxidation state of copper? It will be +2. SO4 is -2, so the copper will be +2. So here zinc will get +2 and copper -2, sulfate -2, copper 0, because copper in the metal state. So what happens in the solution? The copper is present, right? This copper is displaced by the zinc. This copper in the copper sulfate solution is displaced by zinc. So what happens? Zinc sulfate and copper formed. copper in the metal form and zinc sulfate in the solution will be formed. So let us study the oxidation state of these elements and in the compound form also, and let us see which is oxidized, which is reduced. So oxidation means what? If there is an increase in the oxidation number, then we can say that reaction is oxidation reaction. If the oxidation number is decreased, then we can say it is reduction reaction, right? So here you can see that Zn have the zero oxidation state, but here it have the +2, that is Zn oxidized into Zn +2, and this reaction is oxidation reaction, and Zn converts into Zn2 plus. What it is liberated? It is liberated 2 electrons, right? These 2 electrons are gained by the Cu2 plus ion, and it was formed copper or Cu0 or Cu metal, copper in the metal form. So here what happens? Oxidation state from +2 0, it is reduced, so reduction. Here Zn from 0 state goes to the Zn2 plus, that is the oxidation state is increased, that means oxidation reaction. So if you see this reactivity of these metals, the Zn will have the highly reactive if you compare to copper, right? Copper is here and zinc is here. So zinc will be highly reactive if you compare to copper. So the highly reactive metal will be oxidized in the displacement reactions. The metal which have the less reactive or the reactivity is low, then it will be reduced. And this displacement reaction occurs only if this metal will have highly reactive, or highly reactive metal only displaces the lower or the less reactive metal, but less reactive metal does not displaces more reactive metal. Please remember it. Only highly reactive metal will displace less reactive metal, not the less reactive metal will displace the highly reactive metal. Are you understood? The highly reactive metal will displace the low reactive metal. Here zinc displaces copper and forms zinc sulfate and copper. Okay. Let us take another example. That is the copper rod is kept in the AgNO3 solutions. The copper rod is kept in the silver nitrate solutions. So as you know, copper is in the here and silver is here. That means copper highly reactive compared to silver. So here copper can displace silver because copper is here, silver is here. The topmost highly reactive will displace the low reactive metals. Okay. So here AgNO3 solution and copper rod dipped in it. So copper can displace the Ag, right? So it will form the CuNO3. So NO3 will have the, what is the oxidation state of NO3? I told in the first, right? That is -1. But copper, what is the oxidation state of copper? See here, it will have +2 or +1. But in this compound, it will be +2. So here it should be 2 because it is +2, right? So here it should be 2. So 2 coming here like that. If NO3 is 2 atoms are there, then here only 1, right? So reaction was unbalanced. No. So what we have to write? 2 here. So 2 NO3. But here 2 Ag is there. So what we have to do? Here 1 Ag is there. We have to balance it also. So if you put 2 here, what happens? 2 Ag, 2 Ag. 2 NO3, NO3, 2. It is correct? No? Okay. Alright. It is balanced equation now. Let us see the oxidation state of these metals. It is plus 1, it is minus 1, it is 0, it is plus 2 we wrote, it is minus 1, it is 0 because it is in the metal form. Silver is in the metal form. Okay. So here what happens? Copper displaced the Ag. That means the copper metal oxidized into Cu plus 2 electrons, right? So this 2 electron was gained by the Ag. So 2 electrons should be gained by the Ag. But here how much Ag is there? 2 Ag is there. So what is the oxidation state of Ag? Plus 1. So one Ag will give the take the 1 electron and another Ag will give the another electron. So we will get the 2 Ag0 here. So here from the copper 0, it was copper plus 2. The oxidation occurred here, Ag plus 1 to Ag0. So what happens? Reduction is occur. Oxidation number here decreased, here increased. So it is oxidation reaction. It is reduction reactions. It is oxidation reaction. It is reduction reactions. Now I will give you a homework. You have to write the equation of Mg rod dipped in the copper sulfate solution. This is homework to you. What you have to do? You have to write this equation and also the oxidation reaction and reduction reaction in that equation. Magnesium rod dipped in the copper sulfate solution. What you have to write? The chemical equation or displacement reaction occurs there and the oxidation of and reduction of that reaction. Okay, so in the displacement reaction what we have to remember? Metals having high reactivity displace the metal having less reactivity from their salt solutions. Such reactions are called as displacement reactions, and this displacement reaction also known as redox reactions because the half reaction is oxidation, half reaction is reduction. So redox reaction. In a chemical equation, if the oxidation and reduction both occurs, then that equation is called as redox equation, or reaction will be redox reaction. You studied in the 9th standard, right? So what we have to studied in this chapter or this part? As first we have studied reactivity series. Remember it, you have to by heart reactivity series by using the coding words. Okay, it will be easy. And reaction of metal with water, reaction of metal with air, reaction of metal with acid, and also displacement reactions. Okay, remember all these while coming in the next class. Okay, in the displacement reactions, what we have to remember? The displacement reaction occurs only a highly reactive metal displaces lower reactive metal. In the exam, they will confuse you by giving the two metals, nickel and tin. Here, the displacement reaction occurs, nickel rod kept in the tin salt solution. Then there may be reaction occurs because nickel is highly reactive, tin is lower reactive. But they will give nickel and silver, nickel solution and silver rod. Then what happens? The displacement reaction will be not occur because the rod will have the highly reactive. If this one is highly reactive, then only the reaction occurs. The metal rod will have highly reactive. This metal is highly reactive, then this reaction was occurring. Okay, remember it. Study reactivity series very well, then only you can write the equations of galvanic cell also. Okay, let us study other things in next part. Thank you.